We have breaking news this deadline day out of Stamford Bridge as Chelsea confirm the double signings of Thomas Lemar and Marcus Leonardo for a combined £23 million. Now, manager Aussie Villain has been addressing the media. A French international and the Brazilian wonder kid for less than we paid for Ugachukwu, less than we paid for Diassi, less than we paid for Washington and Petkovic. That's how you do transfers, Chelsea. Guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Chelsea, our Beta Blues, and today we have a game in the league against Wolves before a massive Premier League game against Arsenal. It is the sort of game, it's basically a Champions League definitely, but maybe even a title 6-pointer, and it would be very nice to do a double over Arsenal because if you remember, we did beat them back all the way back in the first episode of the series, or first game episode anyway. Now, the transfer window in January has closed. We did make signings because when you're £200 million in debt, why wouldn't you make frivolous signings? Of course you do. So let's go and have a look at who we've got in. First up, it is Thomas Lemar. Now, he was transfer listed at Atletico Madrid. He's been transfer listed all season for whatever reason, but the fee was 7.75 million, which is an absolute steal. You can see he's already, like, we could sell him again in the summer and quadruple our money, and we might need to because of the debt situation, but he's a very, very useful player to have. And I think he might have even signed as he did sign as a squad player. So perfect. He's the perfect signing for us. He's on 115 grand a week, which is a little more than we'd probably like, but I couldn't say no to that. It was deadline day. They just wanted to get rid of him for whatever reason, and we snapped him up. So that's brilliant. And the other signing we made was a Brazilian wonder kid because I can't help myself. But in all seriousness, this guy is absolutely special. I'm convinced of that. Really, really good finishing, composure, off the ball movement. He's everything. Everything that Jackson is not, and he's ready to play for us now, I'm fairly sure. So 15 million was a release fee from his Brazilian club, SAN, which may or may not be Santos, I'm not sure. But yeah, 75 grand again a week, again as a squad player. I mean, you couldn't say no to that. 15 million. Absolute steal. So that's really, really good. Now, there are 3 games to catch you up on, so let's go and start that. With the first one was the FA Cup 4th round, wasn't it? 4th round against West Brom. We went ahead when Chukwuemeka played in Sterling. Sarr made it 2-0, but Diassi gifted them a goal back. So we were absolutely dominant in the game, and yeah, I mean, the own goal made it look a lot closer than it was. They actually didn't register a shot on goal and managed to score a goal, so that's always annoying, isn't it? But we did have a little bit of a goalkeeper crisis. You may have noticed Bettinelli was in goal for this one. Sanchez was injured. He could have played. He's had like the orange injury, but I didn't really want to risk him, and Petkovic was injured. So yeah, that's why Bettinelli played. But generally speaking, dominant in the game, and yeah, quite happy with how it played out. Next up, back to the league, it was Everton. Badashile gave us a second half lead. Gallagher crossed for Palmer to get our second, before Chalobah made it 3-0. But Everton pulled one back in stoppage time. And if you're wondering, it's Blackburn away in the next round of the FA Cup as well. But yeah, this game itself was much better in the second half. We did get the goal. Was it just after half-time? Yeah, it must have been just after half-time. And yeah, I mean, you look at that, actually looks like Everton were the better side. It didn't feel like that playing it, but anyway, maybe they were better than I thought. You'll notice Bettinelli in goal for this one as well. Just forgot to take him out, so that could have backfired, but it didn't, thankfully. And yeah, it was a good performance. Again, a good performance from us. Next up, it was Crystal Palace and the debut of Thomas Lemar. Caicedo opened the scoring in style, but Palace pulled level before half-time, before Lemar crossed for Mataduke to restore our lead. So this win should have been so much more comfortable. I mean, look at the XG tracker on this occasion. We should have scored more. Lemar, as I say, very impressive on his first appearance for us. Mataduke, I'm trying with him as an inside forward over on the other side. And because we've got Lemar and Palmer now who can play down the left-hand side. Mataduke, great dribble up, not a great crosser. So I thought, let's get him on the right side, cutting in and using his left foot that way. And it worked. I mean, he got a good goal as well, though that was with his head, not his foot. Yeah, Jackson, not the greatest game up front. Our Brazilian is away on the international duty, the same thing that Caicedo was on. He's come back, but there's somebody else. Who's the other one that we've got away right now? There's somebody else, South American, I can't think of right now that's away. Must be another Brazilian. It'll come to me at some point anyway. And yeah, so that is that. So let's go and have a look at the league table. And ahead of our game with Arsenal today, you can see they are just the 2 points back of us. It's it's a big game in terms of staying in that top four. Wolverhampton are a little bit further down the table, and yeah, if we can get 4 points here, a win against Wolves, even a draw against Arsenal, that's going to be a decent outcome for us, I would have thought. So let's go and check what we're doing here against Wolverhampton. So we can see here we are expecting a 5-7 maths. 4 and 3 is 7. 3 formation from them. So yeah, that's interesting. And this is the team that we are sending out, except Ugachukwu has a heavy match load. So let's stuck. Oh, Fernandez was the other one that was away on that South American journey thing. Where's Lavia? There he is there. So you come in there for Ugachukwu. Taremi is tied. Do we go? I guess we go with Jackson again, or do we go with Broja? We'll start Jackson. If it doesn't work, then we can go with. Yeah, we can go with Broja. Okay, so this is the team we got there eventually. Sanchez in goal. I have eventually remembered to take him out, put him back in, I should say. It is Sarr, Badashile, Chalobah, and Gusto as our back four. Lavia and McGinn in midfield. We're going to keep up with Mataduke as the inside forward. Just keep that experiment running. Gallagher and Palmer. Jackson, as we've just seen, goes on up top. And Lamar is on the bench. We will we'll look to give him probably the start against Arsenal. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any new names in that Wolves side, I don't think. Well, Tommy Doyle, is he there in real life? I don't know why I'm even pretending that I might know. Our home form is important to us. Let's just go with pressures off here. I'm sort of getting a better response with that for them for whatever reason. You know, the game expects us to be in the top 4, so it shouldn't be like that. You know, when we went through our little blip, let's call it, against, was it Sheffield United and Palace, I was sort of putting a bit more pressure on my team talk, saying that these are games, you know, we should win, put a performance on that for us out there, and we did the opposite of that. So yeah, we've gone back to taking the pressure off. So yeah, it's those 4 points, we're really going to regret those at the end of the year, aren't we? It's going to be an interesting test against Arsenal today. We did do well against them in the early on, of course, when we played them second game of the season. The test is going to come when we play the other teams up there. I mean, we've done well. We've beaten Liverpool twice at Anfield, so no doubt they'll come to Stamford Bridge and beat us, because that's how football tends to work. It's going to be the Newcastle, Man United, and Man City are going to be the ones, because they outplayed us quite badly when we did face them. And of course, we've got Man United in the Carabao Cup final, which will be next episode, and so that'll be a good test for us as well to see how we get on against them. But this is going to be a different test, having to sort of break a team down that we've that's definitely come out with a bus park, haven't they? So let's see what we get from this. Yeah, even an argument to say we might want to go with 2 up top at some point in this one. We'll see how we go. We've definitely, as you can tell by the team selection, gone with a weaker side for this one. So we've got a stronger side ready to go against Arsenal. Here we go with Gallagher now. He's got Mataduke back for Gusto. Gusto to Mataduke. Can he put a ball across now? Oh, there's so many players in the box. If we can just find one. And we've put pressure on to win it back, which is good. Lavia's in space. We go to Chalobah instead. All right, Lavia. Can he find a pass? McGinn. Good overlapping run from Sarr. Sarr, is he going to go himself? He does have a go himself, and it is saved by the goalkeeper. And is that going to be the highlight? Doesn't look like it is. Oh, no, it is. So that was a good chance for us there, wasn't it? But there's so many players for them back behind the ball. It is going to be difficult to break them down. Gallagher to McGinn. To Palmer. Oh, he just got under it, didn't he? Let's give it a focus. I mean, it might be that set pieces is our best way forward here as well. Obviously, Chilwell didn't leave. We did get another bid from Manchester City, but it wasn't the sort of bid that makes you think, oh, they really want him. And Chilwell didn't kick off, so that was all absolutely fine. Madueke is looking nervous, which isn't great. We could bring on, I think Mudryk is on the bench. Madueke, sorry, has done well there. But in the end, just gets crowded out. And what is going to become of this? We should get to that. We do. Good foot in there by Gusto. Gallagher. Gallagher gets it forward nice and early for Nick Jackson, and Jacko can't quite beat the goalkeeper, but we'll get a corner. Palmer to take. Come on, Cole. It's a decent one, but it's away. Chalobah not able to win the second ball. Here we go now. Gallagher to Lavia. Oh, it's a deflection and it's wide. And we will get another corner. Again, it's Gallagher to take. Another good one to the back post, but the goalkeeper's just about able to reach it. And that will be that. We will encourage them. And Maduke still looking nervous out there and not playing well. I wonder if it's the new role. But it's the position that he's supposed to be sort of more natural in, so it doesn't really make sense why he would why he'd be so nervous. Can Palmer go and put pressure on here? I wonder if we do need another man up there. Could we use Gallagher as sort of a more out-and-out striker, I wonder. Given that Taremi is tight, he's just come back from the Asian Cup, so I don't want to risk an injury necessarily for him. But it could be... Oh, I thought that was going in. It could be a game, maybe, or Brozier. Oh, I haven't even got him on the bench. Brozier, though, we could bring on. Brozier's got a bit more of a physical presence too, doesn't he? Again, it's too easy for the goalkeeper, that one, Connor. And we are about to enter first half stoppage time. And we've had moments, haven't we? But you wouldn't say that we've been bashing the door down to open the scoring. Gusto in there for Lavia. Nice pass. Let's just go back. That's right. Build from the back. Badashile or Lavia. You've got two options there now, mate. We use Badashile. Is he going to get the ball forward? Sarr, nice ball there for Palmer. Palmer, oh, it's a good run from Sarr as well. We're pinging this around nicely. This is more like it. Lavia, McGinn to Palmer. Palmer, oh, can't get a shot past the defender. And Sarr gets back. And I wonder if we need to move the ball quicker, perhaps. Or is it a case of everybody dig? I wouldn't say we've not been good. We've just not really threatened to break them down. Is there something we can do here? Let's maybe not exploit the middle. Let's start with that. And we'll still look for the overlaps. And then we'll go from there. As we kick off the second half. I do worry about Jackson as a striker and just not being able to put his chances away. I wonder if on the right-hand side, instead of Maduke, if we do actually just need a winger out there to provide the width. He's done well here, though. He's got Gusto with him if he wants to put a cross in. He goes back to Lavia and he gets underneath it. And we're sort of getting those half chances, aren't we? But we're not really doing enough to get our shots troubling the goalkeeper. This is potentially nice. Lavia. Oh, again. It's better from us, though, isn't it? It's definitely better. Let's try a calm down. And we've got another chance. Gallagher over a free kick. He has it. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Of course, it was Gallagher's magical free kick that got us into the Carabao Cup final, and he almost pulled off another one there. Too early in the game, though. He needs to be the last kick of the game. Lavia. Oh, looking for Maduke. Couldn't quite find him. And it is Badashile. Lavia. Let's see what we can do now. Chalobah to Maduke. Gusto's. Oh, just went to make a run there and stopped. Come on, boys. Come on. It's okay to just probe away. Nice ball through there, maybe. There's a good one for Gallagher. Gallagher cross in front of goal, and Jackson can't finish his dinner. Unbelievable. You can come off, mate. You are actually... Yeah, he's the new Brozier. He's just annoying me. You've got to score that, don't you? And that was always my impression of him. With the moment that I took over and saw him, it's just like, I don't rate him. He's not a striker, is he? Anyway, we've got our new wonder kid. He should be ready to go against Arsenal. We might even give him a start. McGinn has done well there. Gallagher gets a nice ball wide for Maduke. Maduke with a cross. Palmer with a header. Oh, and it's in off the underside of the crossbar. I don't see what's wrong with it. It can only be Maduke being offside for that initial ball through, but he didn't look it. We're going to find out. It is awarded, and we will continue with the change because Jackson's an absolute joke. And yeah, this Kilman is playing him onside by a mile. I don't actually know what else the problem could be. Unless it is Jackson in there somewhere, potentially offside and in between the goalkeeper and the ball. And if he'd managed to get a goal ruled out without even touching it, I would have been annoyed, I've got to say. But it all looked fine, that one. And indeed, that's what VAR saw as well. Madueke back inside there for Lavia. Again for Sarr. There he is. Sarr gets down. Can he get a cross into the box? McGinn's there. Back to Sarr. To Lavia. Can Lavia keep one on target? He draws a good save. And we'll praise them and try and keep this going now. Gallagher to whip a corner in. It needs to be a little bit better. It is better. And it is away. And that will be a Chelsea throw. All right, do we want to do anything else here? Broja's looking nervous, but that's okay. Palmer has a go, and it is saved by the keeper. We might just back it off to positive, given that we are in front and they're not really looking to attack at the moment, which will, you assume, change at some point. There's a good ball for Broja, and that was saved as well. Second half has been so much better, hasn't it? Finishing not so much, but the actual build-up play has been quite nice, and that is just ever so slightly under hit. A second goal is, or you almost feel like it's needed just to make sure that this is going to go our way. Gallagher, again, is into towards the near post. Chalabar can't get his head up over the goalkeeper. All right, I don't know whether... Can we take Madueke off for a winger? I wonder if that makes a little bit of sense. And Gallagher with a nice run. He's got Lavia. Is Lavia going to have another go? Madueke, was that a save? No, it's just straight over the top. So we'll bring Mudryk on. We'll play him out there as a winger and just try and get a little bit of extra width into our attack. Make sure we're stretching that Wolverhampton backline. And, oh, we didn't need that. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. We need these 3 points. We need them. Cole Palmer doing some good defensive work there. And, well, I mean, if we drop points here, it's going to be so frustrating. Wolverhampton building from the back. Mudryk, if you want to do a little bit of work, mate, that'd be great. Oh, Gusto's let his man go, and it is a save. No, he's offside anyway. Oh, if they'd have scored from their only shot, I would have been so annoyed. So annoyed. We're into the final minute, though. It is still just the 1-0. Can we get a goal that surely our performance deserves? 2-0 is the minimum we deserve from this. Mudryk now. Can Mudryk whip his foot around one? It's behind for a corner. And in fact, we might just look to start wasting a bit of time. If you want to check your shoelace, Cole, I think it's undone. 15 seconds to play. This is more like it. Good job, Palmer. Good job. Turn around and wave to the fans. Ball in. Good ball as well. Goalkeeper stayed on his line, and it is behind for another corner. And that should be that. We should be able to see it out from here, surely. Gallagher's going to check his shoes. He's going to scratch his bum. And, yeah, when you're ready, ref, just blow it up. We're not going to put this corner in, mate, until you blow your whistle. So it's up to you. And there we go. Another throw. We go over the other side. No doubt Gallagher just trots across to take the throw in, and we've won. Jacko was a bit of a disgrace, but he's gradually being faded out at this point. So not as many games kicking off there as they could have been. So we do briefly, albeit, go to the top of the league, and let's see now if we can stay there. So there we go, top of the Premier League. The under-18s have won in the Cup, so well done to them. Mount, that could be some money that is desperately needed. And, well, there we go. That is that, guys. Wait, right there. It is Arsenal up next, and if we can win that, then, well, Champions League football is looking very, very good for next season. All right, welcome back. Let's get ready to face Arsenal. We are first, they are fifth, although we have played a game more than a lot of those around us. I think that Wolves game was actually to make up for the Carabao Cup final. I think that's what that fixture was. That'll be on the same weekend that we face Man United in that. So it's a 4-3-3 that we're expecting from them. And this is the team that we are sending out. Sanchez in goal, Chilwell, Colwill, Diassi, and Gusto is going to play again. He's the only one that's backing up. Fernandes has still got a heavy match load, so he won't be playing. So it'll be Lavia and Casado going in midfield with Mudryk and Nkunku and Lamar. It's going to be Marcos Leonardo's first start for the club. He was, of course, away at the under-23, whatever it was that was going on in South America. Now, the question is, do we want Fernandes on the bench? We probably do, don't we? There's not too many people that aren't on the bench that I think we would rather there than him. So that's who's playing. It's a more or less completely changed 11. There's only 2 player goalkeeper, so 3 the same. Let's hope the fresh legs work. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Raya in goal over Ramsdale is maybe a slight surprise, but everybody else there is more or less, I think, the Arsenal team that we pick, isn't it? So what do we say to this? I think credit go. They put on a worthy display. We are at home. I'm kind of just want to just play a natural game again. Just relax, boys. I've given up on Nkunku as a striker. I just don't think it suits his game that well. So, we'll put him back to the number 10. And with Leonardo there now, Tarini, who is a decent enough option. And I'm going blank. There's somebody else as well. But Jackson, do I count Jackson as a striker? I'm not really sure what to do with Jackson. He is good, I mean, attribute-wise. As I've said before, I don't necessarily rate him as a striker. I don't think he's good enough off the ball. We saw it finishing against Wolves. So, I think he is a wide player. The issue we perhaps have is that we've got a lot of wide players, and part of that is down to the fact I signed Lamar, but that was just a signing of opportunity more so than something that we needed. So, I just am a little not quite sure where he fits in as... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is the worst, needless penalty to give away. I mean, it's so bad. You could argue it's not even... The ball's nowhere near them. What a way to fall behind. And in the 3rd minute as well. Was it Diassi? I didn't even see who it was that gave... I think it was Diassi that gave it away. Saka sticks away the penalty, and we're 1-0 down. And we've barely got started. Does the match ratings give us a clue? Not really. I think it was Diassi I saw that gave it away, but it was just such a stupid thing to do. Spurs beating Man City. That could be a decent result for us if that holds. And here we go with another highlight. Lamar is man marking White. White, I'm assuming, is playing as an inside fullback. So, or an inverted fullback, whatever it's called. Gusto. Maybe it was Gusto that gave it away, actually. Trying to play it back in my brain. Maybe it was Gusto. So we'll encourage them. That's fired them up. There's no real need to panic, obviously. Still a long time to play, but it's just such a needless way to fall behind, isn't it? And here we go. Lamar picks his pocket. We've got 2 players forward. It's a free kick. It's not a penalty, that one. We'll take a penalty if you want to give it to us. But it wasn't inside the box, was it? You can see where Lamar's landed. It wasn't inside the box. So there we go. That's not surprising. But can we make the most of the free kick? Doesn't look like we can. So what are we doing now? Defending a corner. If we concede from a penalty and the corner, I'll be just a little bit raging inside. As Leonardo does well all the way back there to get a foot in and win the ball back for us. But we've not done enough to think that we can score a goal in this one. It's been a very tight game, hasn't it? Which makes the penalty all the more frustrating. Here we go, Chilwell. Here we go, pinging it around. Lavia again can't keep his shot down. I wonder how Colin Gallagher would go as a deep-lying playmaker. I mean, this is one where I think we say we've not been good enough here. Defensively, not too bad, but we've certainly not had a threat. And all right, so what can we do? I think maybe let's try exploiting the flank. Let's see how that works for us. And I'm wondering, do we just bring Fernandez on for the second half in place of Lavia? Let's do that. Give them a half each. And hopefully Fernandez will be a difference maker for us. Diassi on the ball now for Gusto. And that will end that particular highlight. And that's a terrible pass from Fernandez. Good thing I brought you off the bench, mate. And Nkunku working hard, which is good to see. And, crossbar. Lamar has it. Can we get them on the break, I wonder? Go on, Tomo. Lamar inside there for Casado. We might have half a chance here. Can Casado get a ball into the box? Leonardo's there. It's tackled away and put into touch for the throw-in. All right. Possession is even. Unfortunately, goals are not. We've got a free kick to defend. It's a good free kick set piece there, isn't it? All right, we are not creating anything, so let's raise the tempo and maybe just look to not so much work it into the box. They've made a change at goalkeeper, have they? It's a shame they hadn't used their 3, as Sanchez claims that quite well. And yeah, Ramsdale is in goal for them now. Let's try demand more. See if that works for us. All right, we've got a corner. Lamar to take. And Kunku not having a great game. Colwell! Oh, it's a good save and a double save from the Chilwell effort. All right, so let's get, where are you? Cole Palmer on for him. And let's get Taremi on for Leonardo, who has not really had a chance, to be honest. It's not necessarily his fault. Let's try maybe a fire up and see where we go. Mudryk has got a toe in there, but couldn't keep possession for us. And we're charging around, a little bit like headless chickens, but as long as we're chasing the ball and somewhere in the vicinity of putting pressure on them, then that's all good. And come on, boys, come on. Chilwell, no, can't stop Jesus getting past him. Here's the ball coming in, here it is. It's floated to the back post. Sanchez should claim that, he does. And surely that penalty is not going to be the difference. It was such a soft penalty to give away as well. All right, let's think what we can do here. We've got to change things up somehow, don't we? So apparently I brought Cole Palmer on and not Lamar, so that didn't really work for me, did it? So we'll switch them around. Casado's not having a great game. Let's get Gallagher on for him then. Can Lamar play as a box-to-box? No, I think we're better off with Gallagher back there. Okay. And that's probably us done for subs then. And I wonder if we've got to go a little bit more direct. Maybe get some early crosses in as well. Just try and test them. Because we've not really created much. So maybe just a couple of pot shots might work for us. They get the ball forward. Colwell does well. Gets back. Concedes the corner though. If you're wondering why Gusto has played both games, Reece James has got a bit of an injury. It was not a serious one. It just sort of has kept him out essentially for this episode. He will probably be fit, ready to go in a couple of days' time. But yeah, that's why we've got Gusto playing twice and a decent save, point-blank range really from Sanchez as well there. 7 minutes of stoppage time to go. Can we find an equalising goal? I don't think we've been necessarily the second best in the game. It's just that penalty has sunk us. We've got a corner to defend. Can we get this clear and then go up the other end? Stoppage time is up and it is away and it is full time and we have lost at home to Arsenal. And I mean, really, it was a 0-0 game. We weren't good getting forward. So yeah, that was far from pleased. Far from pleased. So we do drop off the top of the table and we have played a game more now as well. So that starts to look a little bit maybe like, again, it's not going to be our season. So there we go. We lose top spot. Leonardo makes his debut. There's going to be more to come from him. I'm absolutely sure of it. But yeah, it wasn't his day there, was it? We're going to have to pay another £1 million. We don't have money. I've spent too much already. But there we go. The 6-game unbeaten run comes to an end as well. That's a disappointment. But that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Not the greatest game in terms of goals. But we'll be back for the Carabao Cup final. A cup tie as well against Blackburn. And let's hope we can go on another cup run. Get ourselves back to Wembley. And if we win the 5th round, we're only another game away, aren't we? Because that'll take us into the quarterfinals. So there we go. If you enjoyed, as I said, enjoyed it, thumbs up. I'll see you at Wembley for the Carabao Cup final. Take care.